Oftentimes, something happens to us when we choose to accept people for who they are. You start seeing them in a different light. Hello friends, this is Andrew Bernard and you are watching Relationship Plus. Trust you've had a great day. Last week we looked at the rebellious stage. The rebellious stage, we said, is the stage where you come to see that the God you worship in your husband or your wife has a feet of clay and they break like most of us. That they have body odor, mouth odor, they can snore so loud that you will prefer to stay in church with loudspeaker than they are snoring. That they have temper issues too, like a whole lot of persons. And we also said that in dealing with them, you have to learn to accept them. You also have to take your time to observe them. Oftentimes, the rebellious stage, depending on the couples involved, can last between 3 to 7 years. And if not properly managed, it is at this rebellious stage a lot of marriages pack up. You hear some people say they just got married within 6 months, they've separated. They found out these things, it wasn't what they were expecting. And instead of them to come down to look at it, it becomes a reason to separate or divorce. Today we'll be looking at what I call the reassessment stage. What is this reassessment stage? Remember, we talked about accepting your partner. Oftentimes, something happens to us when we choose to accept people for who they are. You start seeing them in a different light. Oh yes, you do. Because you calm down, you calm your senses, you are telling yourself, I'm already in this boat. How do I maximize my time, my resources, and my energy without running into depression? So you give your time into looking at them and at things differently as you deal with them. That's what happens in the reassessment stage. It is in this reassessment stage you come down to compromise. You tell yourself, okay, they are not perfect, I am not perfect. How do we put our imperfections aside and listen to work together and make this marriage work? This reassessment stage is that stage where together you tell yourself, if he's shouting, I'll keep quiet. If I'm shouting, he learns to keep quiet. It is the stage where you accept to kill your ego. Oftentimes, the reassessment stage lasts between 5 to 10 years because it's not easy. Sometimes you flare up and after a while you calm down. You apologize and you look at it. I'm just apologizing, wait not to kill you the hungry me. But you know you are there to make it work. No matter what happens, you are there to make it work. My wife helped me so much in our reassessment stage. I grew up in a single home. So oftentimes in the early stage of our marriage, when we have issues, I am in a hurry for the marriage to pack up. Don't think that because I am talking, I don't have my issues too. Now, wait till they talk with this. We all have ours. But my wife came from a stable home, and no matter how hot-headed I got, she just tells herself, we are in this to make it work. After a while, I started seeing it through her lens, and no matter what happens, I tell myself, we are in it to make it work. So daily, I kept understanding my wife, understanding her attitude, knowing when to trigger, knowing when to talk to her, I beg your pardon, and when not to talk. And she did the same thing with me as well. So, reassessment stage is the stage where you decide to win small, lose small. You don't come in with your ego and want to assert yourself to have your way. Reassessment stage is that stage where you accept that come what may, you are in this to make it work. That your partner, you accept it in your heart, not just in your words, are not perfect. And that even though they are not perfect, you also are not perfect. And together, with compromise here and there, together, both of you will make it work. That is what reassessment stage is about. And remember what we said, it happens over a period of time. So if you find yourself in the reassessment stage and the first 1 year, your temper, your tone is still loud, it's okay. Just be determined to make it work. Stay in there. Lock the door and throw away the key. Just stay in there and keep pushing like my wife did. And I'm sure before the next 3-4 years, both of you will have a better story to tell. Please, if you have comments on this, don't forget to leave it in the comment section. Would love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Until I come your way again next week. God bless you.